In the golden age of France, there lived a man named Nicolas Fouquet. He was no ordinary man. He was the finance minister to King Louis XIV, the Sun King himself. Fouquet held gold in his hands, power in his voice, and vision in his eyes. He loved beauty, the curve of a verse, the glow of candlelight on marble, the laughter of lords and ladies under painted ceilings. He was brilliant, he was admired, but he was not careful. One day the king's most trusted advisor died. Fouquet's heart leapt. Surely, he thought, this position is mine. But the king said nothing, no promotion, no praise, just silence. And in that silence, Fouquet made a choice. He would remind the king of his greatness. So he planned something magnificent, a celebration the world had never seen, a party. Not just any party. The greatest party France had ever known. Music swells. He summoned the finest artists, the greatest chefs, the most talented musicians. His palace, Vaux-le-Vicomte, bloomed like a jewel in the countryside. Gardens stretched like rivers of green. Fountains danced in the moonlight. Tables overflowed with roasted swan, honeyed fruit, and wine that sparkled like rubies. Fireworks painted the sky in gold and crimson. Everything was for the king. The night arrived. The nobles came in silk and lace. The artists performed with trembling hands. The king smiled. But as the evening unfolded, something shifted. People whispered, not about the king, about Fouquet. Look at his taste. Look at his wealth. Look at what he has created. The king smiled on the outside, but inside a fire began to burn. The very next morning, soldiers arrived at Fouquet's door. The charges: theft, corruption, treason. The sentence: prison for life. No trial could save him. No plea could reach the king's ears. Fouquet, the man who had everything, was stripped of his title, his fortune, his freedom, and locked away in a cold stone cell, where he would remain until his final breath. But the story does not end there. The king took Fouquet's artists, his architects, his gardeners, and he commanded them to build something even greater: Versailles. The palace that would eclipse all others, the symbol of absolute power, built on the ashes of a man who dared to shine. Silence returns. Fouquet lost everything, not because he was disloyal, not because he was corrupt, but because he made one fatal mistake. He outshone the sun. The lesson: never outshine the master. Even your loyalty can become your grave if it makes power feel small. Let others rise, but never higher than the throne, because in the eyes of kings, brilliance is not admired, it is feared.